Yo,
Yes, sir. What's up, my guy?
what's up, brother? How are you, man? It's been a while.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Cool, cool.
What's
So
poppin'?
I'm chilling right now, bro. My internet was giving me a little bit of some problem right now. I'm actually using the hotspot from my cell phone to create this connection on my computer.
Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Definitely, definitely. But yeah, man, just wanted to catch up with you and talk some Lakers. I see you wearing the Lakers shirt already, so
Oh, I had to, bro. I had to. It's coming.
for sure, yeah, represent, man. Uh, but yeah, what's up with you, man? What's new?
Not much, man. Quarantine's been crazy. Quarantine's been so crazy. We're just freaking, showing up to work every single day. Weekends trying to get in the few things that I need to. I've been my piano lessons, kind of catching up on music theory a lot. Uh, got a kind of like a project ready to go almost. So I got a lot of stuff coming, but just gotta fine tune everything and just keep getting better every day.
Definitely. And is this project you by yourself or are you with El Sueño team?
There's some features from the Sueño team, from people on the Sueño team. I think actually mostly everybody on the Sueño team is at least contributed in some way. It's got production from Willie West. It's got production from a homie we call Germany. It's got some production from the very first producer that I ever worked with. His name is Euro. So it's got some feature production. It's got some verses from my homie Jay, built by Jay. It's got some features from Ace. Um, it's gonna have a feature. Of course, Willie West is on there. Um, but executive producer is myself. I made produce about I think 75% of the album, and then it's good, man. It's a very different style. I think it's something that people haven't heard from me at least.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. It's been in the works I think for 2 years this project. So
Damn.
trying to see if we can push it out by the end of this year. I just think we need to get the quality up to like the sound quality engineering wise up to there, and then I need a like a strong media rollout. I think it'll be good. I think the product deserves a good push. So that's where we're at with that. Uh,
Yeah,
but that's coming. That's coming.
that's awesome, bro. And if there's anything I can do to help you out with that, with the media stuff, definitely let me know. And I hope just doing this, just the conversation we're having right now and sharing this Daily Laker
Uh,
podcast can create a little bit of hype and get people ready for that.
oh yeah, well we'll come back. We'll make a media round or something like that.
Definitely,
You're on
for
the list for sure.
sure. Awesome,
Hell
man.
yeah.
That's good. That's
What's up with
good.
you, man? Everything good?
Yeah, bro, everything's been good. With the quarantine, I've still been lucky enough to have a job at FedEx, so I'm grateful for that. And right now, I'm actually in Las Vegas. I got another summer job with the Raiders, so we're starting work next week.
Okay. In Vegas though, right?
Yeah, in Vegas.
So you're gonna be out. Oh, that's right, huh, man? Vegas. That's gonna be crazy. So what? You're gonna be living out there for a little bit, or
Yeah, yeah, I'm here till September.
okay? Then you're moving out there, huh?
Yeah,
You got your staying situation ready to go, or is it like permanent or kind of temporary type of thing?
here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm staying with the staff, with the team. Like they have everything all set up for us.
Really? Damn!
Yeah.
Congrats, man. That sounds really dope because you like lock in with the team.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. But I did
Go
the
ahead.
same thing last year in Napa Valley with them.
Oh, really? Okay, cool, cool. So that's for like spring training or for like the whole season?
Just training camp and preseason games if they do have the preseason games. But once the season starts, that's when pretty much like I'm done with them. That's when they start traveling and doing all that stuff that they need to cut down on staff and players and all that.
I see. So that's for while you guys are pushing the athletes to their limits in the preseason.
Yeah, exactly.
All
And
that.
then you know how they have like 100 athletes come in during training camp, and
Mhm.
out of those 100 athletes, like a week before the season starts, they cut it down until like 63 players. And
Mhm.
so while they have 100 athletes, they need extra hands, and that's when they hire other athletic trainers to come in and help out.
Mhm. Yeah, man, the experience you're getting there is crazy. I'm sure,
Yeah.
but man, it's sad for those freaking 40 people who get cut, but
Yeah,
uh,
definitely. And that's where they have to work hard, right, to make a name for themselves. And a lot of the time what happens is that if they're good players and they don't get picked up by one team, other team scouts are paying attention, and so if they're making noise for during a training camp for one team and they get cut, they'll get picked up by other teams.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But cool, man. Well, that's good. It's good to see that you're still doing stuff with your art, your music.
Always, man, always.
We're moving along. So with the Lakers, man, I just wanted to. I haven't done a daily Laker podcast in a while. We tried to do one, and initially it sounded really good. And when I went in to edit the audio, for some reason we were like talking over each other, and I was just like, that's not how we recorded it. Like, we were letting each other talk, but the edit, I think it just got corrupted somehow.
Okay, I see, I see. All good,
So
man. We're here.
yeah, yeah. So we're here, and right now, just the new stuff going on is obviously the NBA bubble and players, deciding not to go for personal reasons, and then other players that are still quarantining, like Russell Westbrook, because he tested positive for COVID. So there's a lot of moving parts, right? But
Yeah.
just to focus on the Lakers, they have Avery Bradley out. He's not joining the team for personal reasons, and
Mhm.
now Rondo got injured, so he's out for 6 to 8 weeks with the wrist injury or the thumb injury.
Right. Um, well, man, to be honest, Avery Bradley was like to me, one of the key players, especially locking down defensively when the Lakers needed like a group in there that can get stops. So I was really looking forward to kind of to see, especially what he can contribute, especially after his performance against the Lakers. Shutting down Patrick Beverly
Hmm.
against the
The
Clippers,
Clippers, yeah.
shutting down Patrick Beverly. I love Patrick Beverly. I love how he plays, but I hate him. I hate him. He's one of those players that you just hate. Like, oh man, I want to like every time he makes you want to like fight. Like if you were playing against him, you're one of those guys that you want to fight. And Avery Bradley wasn't scared to go up against them.
Yeah.
And I think that was huge for like momentum. Uh, this season we lost to the Clippers a couple times. It was kind of like questionable. It was questionable. Like, oh man, are the Lakers even capable of beating the Clippers? And then when we finally did, Avery Bradley was, I think, a big part of that. So it's gonna be tough to see him uh, not be on the team. But I mean, we got J.R. Smith, who's been there. He's been at the top of the hill with LeBron. So I think we're okay. I think it's a big loss, but it's also a good chance for J.R. Smith, to clean his name. So, we're going in there with believing in the team, man. I don't care. The city needs a championship.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I definitely think that in the beginning, Avery Bradley didn't seem like he would have that much of an impact in the Lakers, but I think as the season went on, we started to see really the amount of just how much he contributed to the team offensively. There was a couple of games where he was just on fire. You can see that he could be a good spot up shooter, and he can go off dribble and make some moves, some playmaking moves. But I think defensively is where he made the biggest impact, like you said, like going up against um, Patrick Beverly for sure. Like uh, a story that you would hear a lot was the Lakers are soft compared to the Clippers, and I think Avery Bradley is part of the one of the guys that showed that he's not soft. Like he was able to go up against Patrick Beverly and give him some of his own bite. But
Yeah,
J.R. Smith, yeah, like you said, J.R. Smith. I've always been a fan of J.R. Smith, man. I loved his game. He's always had highlights, just crazy shots from threes and dunks, and he's an energetic player. I think the con is always just like it almost seems like he's not always focused on the game. Like he's somewhere else at times, and that's obviously we saw that a couple of years ago with the playoffs with LeBron and and how he got the rebound after the free throw and then wasn't sure what to do with it because he thought they were winning. But
Uh,
yeah,
uh,
he has another
it's,
chance now.
uh, and you know, I remember him with the Nuggets. With the Nuggets, when him and Carmelo were just running up and down in Denver, you know. So he's had a good career. You know, he's had a really good career, and I know he can contribute a lot to this Laker team. You know, especially in this moment. And plus, he wasn't even playing for a while, right? He was just
Yeah,
like he wasn't playing at all this season. And he talks about how he had been going through some like emotional stuff because you know, like when you're an athlete for so long and you just all of a sudden you're not an athlete anymore, like your identity dies, you know, so you're just like so he was battling that to
yeah,
now be in this position. You know, it's like it sounds like he's really grateful, you know, just to be in the position.
yeah,
You know, to that it's a different perspective too. It kind of, you know, opens up like a kind of like a fate mentality, like I'm supposed to be here to make this thing happen, you know. So we got that going for us, you know. So
yeah. He was in the same boat as Carmelo Anthony, right? Because Carmelo
yeah,
and JR, like they've been great players, but obviously they're older now, so they can't be the number one, number two on a team, but they can still contribute in a lot of different ways. And offensively, I think we're both of them are really good offensive players. But yeah, JR gets another opportunity here to like show people, hey, I still have something to give to the sport, you know, and I'm old but I can still make some buckets. That's the way I see him. He's buckets. Like when he comes in, he can shoot it from anywhere on the court. He can take you off the dribble, and I think with him, LeBron and AD, I think they can find him open for those shots since AD and LeBron are always commanding double teams.
yeah. You know, I agree. And the one thing that's interesting to me too is LeBron, man. Just like just kind of like the maturity, you know, to be able to put, you know, something like a huge mistake on a huge, you know, stage, to be able to put that aside, you know, because that affected LeBron's legacy, you know, losing that title that year where you know, JR freaking dribbled instead of shooting, dribbled
Yeah.
he dribbled out to the 3-point line instead of shooting, you know, like that affected LeBron's legacy. So to be able to kind of put that aside and say, you know what, you know, you're a warrior, you've fought battles alongside of me, you know, and to bring him on, ultimately, I'm sure he was an advocate for JR to be brought on. So shout out to LeBron too for doing that, you know, for still believing in this guy, even despite, you know, freaking huge errors, you know. But
Yeah.
now JR owes him, you know. JR owes him, you know, and I'm sure JR feels that, you know. So he's got something to prove.
Yeah, I agree. And LeBron, I think is maybe like a year or two older than JR, but I do see almost like JR is his little brother, you know, like like LeBron is looking out for him, like, hey man, I know you fucked up, little bro, but I got you. Like let's bring you in here, let's give you another shot, show us what you can do, show us that you learned from that mistake, and you know, and contribute because they really do needed another guard now with Avery and Rondo out. I think JR is going to get a lot of minutes because KCP looks like he's going to get the starting spot, the one that Avery Bradley had. So then the backups are going to be Caruso, which I think, you know, I think he deserves to get a lot more minutes because he put in the work during the season. And then after that is Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, those minutes. Caruso did really well in the season, you know. Even you know, he's been doing really well, but he hasn't been on that stage, you know. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're we're gonna see, we're really gonna see a couple of these younger players, like who's ready. You know, I think we'll see who's ready. I think to me, Kuzma needs to have a big next couple months. To me, Kuzma is like this is goal time, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that he's like locking in mentally, and not putting like too much pressure on himself, but or like setting too high expectations for himself, but at the same time expecting himself to perform at a high level and holding himself accountable. You know, and youth is not a to me at that level, Kuzma. Youth, how young you are, is not an excuse anymore. It's goal time. You know, this is goal time right now. You know, and LA wants to see Kuzma succeed. You know, we out of everybody that we had a couple years ago, you know, we had Lonzo, Ingram, Julius Randle, you know, everybody that came through here, we freaking wanted Kuzma. Like nobody, no, don't trade anybody, keep Kuzma. You know,
Yeah.
and the front office did that, and we're hoping that I'm hoping at least that he can show us why we kind of advocated for him for so much, and he's got to step up, man. He's got to step up. It's his
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I do think that, when all of the young ones were with the Lakers last season, right? He always showed like he was a little bit ahead of the others. Like you would see, offensively, especially, he would be able to like uh, take on the role of a leader, whenever there was, whenever somebody needed to take that role, and he would step up and score whenever we needed a bucket. And we saw that this year too, when LeBron was on the bench. Kuzma would come in, and he would, try and be more aggressive, scoring and all that. So I do think that he is important for them to be able to be one of the better teams. He needs to step up and take on some of that responsibility. Um, I I Out of all of the youngsters that we had, like my favorite player was always Brandon Ingram. I always felt like his ceiling was unlimited, and I see, you can see it this season. Like he was just playing at another level. So I think his ceiling is higher than Kuzma. I think Kuzma just showed it earlier, and that's
Mhm.
why they kept him.
Yeah, I would think I guess I would say like this. Kuzma had the killer instinct,
Hmm.
you know, to go after it, and it looked like he wasn't scared of the moment, and he
Yeah.
showed glimpses of that this year as well too, like that he's not scared of the moment. But there's also been at some points this year where he seemed a little bit hesitant, especially
Hmm.
when he's playing with LeBron. Like
Hmm.
he hasn't found his groove, kind of where he fits in with LeBron. Playing with somebody like LeBron, I'm sure does that because he just takes so much of the energy, takes so much of the attention that it's kind of like, oh, what am I supposed to do, type of thing. But he's got to find his groove somewhere, you know, find a way to be effective in whatever way, you know. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to score, you know,
Yeah.
30 points, 25 points. You know, get your 15, get your
Yeah.
16, you know, and you know, get your 15 points. You know, get 6, 7 rebounds. You know, and you're straight. You know,
Yeah.
that and play. You know,
Yeah.
so it's not. I don't think the expectations are too high, but I think there is some expectation for him. You know?
Yeah, he just has to go in there and do his job. He's not number one or number two. We don't know who number three is because there's so many. There's a big drop off from LeBron and AD being number one and number two to the third guy.
Mhm.
We don't really know who the third guy is. Like some nights it's Kuzma, some nights it's Danny Green, some nights it was Rondo. You know what I mean? So the third person, we don't know who that is, and that's where Kuzma can step up and say, "That's me. Like I'm here. Let me put in the work. Let me show you guys I belong here."
Yeah, yeah, and I don't think we really need one per se every single night. You know, I think
Yeah.
you're right that somebody different could fill that role, but definitely Kuzma needs to fill that role more often than not.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And with it coming off the bench, I think it works perfectly because when LeBron is out and Kuzma comes in, it's just like this is your time to shine. Like like it's your floor. Like you said, like LeBron sometimes takes some of that energy because all eyes are on him. So now when LeBron comes off the bench, it's just like go out there and do your thing, play your game. Don't LeBron is not here to distract you. um,
Yeah.
so yeah, man. I'm excited for the season to start again. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think the Lakers have a really good chance to win the championship, even if it is with an asterisk. asterisk because of everything that's going on. I think it's still important to recognize that everybody's playing. It's a level field right now. The 22 teams that are there, everybody's going through the same thing. And some players are out, new players are in, but everybody's in a level playing field right now.
I feel like this is even tougher than any championship before. I feel like, yeah, it'll have an asterisk, but that asterisk is gonna say this season was tougher than any other season before. Because I mean, you're leading up. You've been out for months,
Yeah.
so you're coming in and you're gonna have 8 games to prepare.
Yeah.
That's like that's nothing, Like
Yeah.
usually people they say teams aren't really gelling until like the 30 game mark.
Yeah.
So that's when they're really kind of starting to see what the teams are made of. And to be honest, I'm not really scared of anybody. I'm not scared of the Clippers. I don't feel scared of the freaking Bucks. I think it's the Lakers for the taking. So I think it's ours, and I think I'd be disappointed if we didn't take it. Because I think at that point we're starting to like have to look in another direction almost, because LeBron's ending his career almost, and AD still got a lot. He still got a lot left in the tank, but at the same time, it's like the other teams will have a little more confidence going against the Lakers the next couple of years. So I think that this year the Lakers need to really make that push.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I do see this year as being a really good opportunity for the Lakers to take advantage of all the work they put in, all the moves they made in the off season, and they were gelling, man. During the season before they stopped the season, they were gelling. They were playing really good. They had just beat Milwaukee Bucks and the Clippers like in back-to-back games. Like they were just doing really good, and so just I think this is their year for sure to take advantage of all those moves. And I was looking at a statistic. I don't remember exactly what it is, but the Lakers haven't played a playoff game in years, man. It's been like it was like 2,300 days or something. So it's been years that they haven't even made it to the playoffs. So that alone, obviously, it's going to create some pressure for the newer guys like Kuzma, right? He hasn't been in the playoffs. Caruso hasn't been in the playoffs. But for AD and LeBron, this is what they do. They go to the playoffs every year. And not only that, but they go far. AD hasn't won a championship yet, but he won one in college.
Right.
So he knows what it's like to win something big. And LeBron, obviously, he's the finals GOAT. Like he's in the finals almost every year.
Right. What did he do? Like 10 years in a row, 9 years in a row?
8 years in a row.
8 years in a row, man. Like, come on.
Yeah. Nobody else has done that, man.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it was in the East, though. It was in the East.
Yeah.
I think this is big, though. I think this is big. I was thinking about this the other day. It's really big for LeBron's legacy as well. I think this year, because he's been to the finals a lot of time, 8 times in a row, right? But never in the West. So if he doesn't make it to the final, let's say they have an early exit, then you're starting to say, wait, like is LeBron actually better than Kobe? Like I don't know. A lot of people are like automatically put LeBron ahead of Kobe, and whatever. I disagree with that. I still put Kobe ahead for I'm a homer. I'll root for the Laker any day. But if LeBron doesn't make it out at least to the finals this year, I think you could start making the argument that Kobe was better. Kobe was better. So it does a lot for LeBron's legacy to really stamp himself this year. And so we'll see. He's got some pressure on his shoulders as well. But it seems like at this point of his career, he knows how to handle the pressure. I don't think it feels like pressure to him anymore. So that's a good thing, that you could just like kind of lock in and zen and be in the moment instead of like having that pressure. Although I'm sure it still gets to him. I'm sure he's experienced. He's been through it before.
Yeah, the like well, something that I thought about is like the way you create a diamond is with pressure, right? And that's what LeBron is. He's been having pressure since he was a little kid, man. Since he was 15, 16, being in the ESPN cover or Sports Illustrated cover, saying that he's the next GOAT, you know what I mean? Like he's the next NBA, like best player in the NBA, like things like that. So he's been with that pressure forever. So right now, like he says, kind of gotten to the point where like he can be more zen about being in the finals because he's been there for so long, and he gets pressure as a basketball player, but he also gets pressure as a person at being a black
Right.
man, being a business person, trying to create his own media company, trying to do all these things, creating his own school. Like he's always getting criticism and having pressure from other people telling him to just shut up and dribble, right?
Right. No, yeah. People, I think the people in different industries, different sectors, look to him for kind of guidance, or even kind of like just look at his way, like, oh, what's LeBron gonna say? You know, and
Hmm.
he's always criticized. You know, so absolutely, he's learned how to deal with that. You know, I think he does a really good job. You know, dealing with any criticism, and
Yeah.
kind of being able to put all the criticism into perspective, and still, you know, standing his ground where he needs to, and being thoughtful,
Hmm.
when he's asked to be. You know, I think he's dope, man. He's a good he's solid. You know, I'm happy
Yeah.
to have seen his career, you know, from beginning to where he's at now, and I just, come on, man, bring some chips to LA.
Yeah, we need some, man. We bring some. Oh
That's
yeah.
what we need. That's what we need.
So what do you foresee with the bubble, man? Anything you got in mind with that?
Man, to be honest, I'm like, I feel like it's like the best thing that could happen to, like, me as as a former athlete, right? When you go to a site and it's like you're here for business, you know, this is what you're gonna do. Like, to me, that is like the best idea, because it's like you're there for one thing, and it's to win a championship.
Hmm.
So whoever could concentrate the longest, whoever could not, you know, lose focus, whoever could, you know, acclimate, you know, to every single situation, and you're gonna have to reacclimate weekly, you know,
Yeah.
because how long? It's gonna be 2 months, right?
Um, I don't remember
Okay,
exactly. It might
okay.
be a little bit more.
Really? Okay. So I mean, just let's say 2 months, right?
Yeah.
We'll look at the specifics
Yeah.
later, but
Yeah.
let's say 2 months. That's 2 months of like being around the same people, just being locked in with. So it's gonna test people's chemistry, like
Hmm.
any long regular season does, you know. But they're gonna be in a bubble. Like, they're gonna, like, just imagine, you know, whoever you live with, you know, that's gonna be the people that see every single time you have a mood swing, every single one of your your emotions. Like, you're not gonna be able to bounce anything off. So, but at the same time, it's like, as a professional athlete, you kind of live for those moments where you get to compete at the highest level. And having not been competing the last, what, 4 months, I think
Hmm.
it's a good kind of trade off, for them. And as long as the mental part, they can lock in and see like what they're there for, put that into perspective, then I think, it'll be good for the Lakers, specifically. You know, and every team has to buy in on that. I think that's going to be a tough job on the coaching staffs, like
Hmm.
on every single team's coaching staff, just kind of how to keep your team engaged, how to keep your team motivated, how to keep your team hungry. You know, but it's a sprint though. You know, it's a 2 month sprint. It's a long sprint.
Yeah.
It's a long sprint, but it's gonna be a sprint, like, because you're gonna go in there and you have to go. You don't have time for, you cannot you're not you're just not gonna have any luxury of, oh, we'll figure this out. No, you gotta go in, and the team who can figure it out the best and the fastest, that's who's gonna be, the champion. So
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that's where the Lakers have a little bit more of an advantage by having LeBron James as well, because when it comes to that, what you're talking about, like keeping the team chemistry together and just keeping everybody focused so that they can think basketball and play basketball and like just sacrifice 2 months of their life so that they can win a chip, right? Like I feel like LeBron James is the one that's gonna be reminding the players every single day, hey, we're here for a reason, right? And I think he is out of the whole NBA, I feel like he's the one, like you said, like people or players from other teams look up to LeBron, and they want to hear what he's saying in what's going on with the world and what's going on with basketball. But just the fact that he's with the Lakers and all the players in the Lakers get to talk to him every single day and practice with him every single day, I feel like that's just a huge like factor that the Lakers have on their end.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's a leader, so he's huge.
Yeah.
That having him in our corner, that's a plus for us.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Cool. Well, that's it on my end, man. I just wanted to talk a little bit of basketball with you and catch
We, we,
up.
we could go on forever, but
Yeah.
there's so much to talk about. But I get you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think for now this is just some good content just to kind of get it out there and share this, and then we can connect again, in a few weeks and just kind of see where the season is.
Yeah,
And
it's a long season, man. We'll jump in. We'll jump in and kind of analyze whenever you feel is necessary. Let's do it. Let's
yeah,
do it. I think people need to know our take, man. We're Laker fans.
that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool, brother. Well, anything else? Any last thing you want to share with any listener about what you're doing with your music?
Nah, I think I'm good on my end. I just
Okay.
want to, thank you always for always reaching out. I know we had a little slip up the last time we tried to do it, but it's all good. You're
Yeah,
just keep pushing, bro. Whatever you're doing, shout out to Jimbo Times too. Freaking
yeah,
keep making moves. East Hollywood, we're gonna put East Hollywood on the map. We're already on the map and we've been on the map, but I don't think the work that we're all doing, I don't think it's being recognized yet, and it might be a little bit of time before it's recognized, but we're getting there, man, and proud of you, bro, for everything that you're doing, the push. Since the day we met, I think you've been consistently making pushes. So congratulations, on everything going on in your life, and just keep going, bro. Keep going.
yeah. Thanks, Sal. I appreciate that, bro. And I feel the same way about you, man. Keep doing your thing and let's help each other continue to grow.
Hell yeah,
Cool.
hell yeah.
All
All
right,
right, then, bro.
brother. Enjoy the
Take
rest of
care,
your
man.
day.
All right,
Peace.
later.